Yesterday afternoon we arrived to Falmouth and this anchorage here, and today there's a lot of sargasso weed. Yesterday it was nothing here, it was easterly winds, but today it's crazy with all the sargasso. It was beautiful swimming yesterday with super clear water and turtles and stuff, so yeah, it's a bit different from today, so to speak. In a few minutes we are heading to town to see Old Nelson's dockyard and English Harbour and see the surroundings here. In a couple of days the Antigua race week will start, so there's a lot of race boats and other cool boats passing by here in Falmouth. Cool just sitting in the cockpit looking at them and the crew hoisting sails and stuff. It's quite cool. But now we will hop in the dinghy, so come along and follow us into Falmouth. This one is free, yeah?
English Harbour is best known for Nelson's Dockyard, a former British Navy base. Here are buildings and other historical artifacts from the colonial period of the dockyard, especially from the time in the 18th century when the base was commanded by Captain Nelson. Each year at the end of April, the Antigua Sail Week takes place here. It's a prestigious regatta that is one of Antigua's most notable events. The town is filled with activity, and the marinas are shared between professional racers and happy cruisers and charters that wants to try their luck in this week-long race event.
We're at the English Harbour, checking out the cool old buildings at Nelson Dockyard and the cool old yachts and new yachts, of course. Last week there was a classical regatta here. Accidentally I missed to check the schedule, or messed it up a bit, so we missed when these cool old yachts are sailing. But some of them are still here, so we are looking at them in the marina instead and taking this cool trail back to Falmouth and Linnea.
It's so nice now that the temperature has dropped a bit as the sun is setting, because now we can actually move around. We thought that being in the Caribbean for 4 months would have we should have gotten used to it, but these past days with no wind and super humid weather, it really affects you.
The west coast in the morning to find a place where no one knows our faces or our names. If we don't leave now, we might never make it.
This is the old fortification of the English Harbour. You can see the cannon and the cannon holes in the wall here. You can just imagine how it was back in the days when the ships came and you had to defend yourself from the cannons, with the cannons.
What Marcus is trying to say is that you can really see why this was the perfect spot from which you could easily aim at unwanted guests. The sailboat coming into the harbour now shows how easily it must have been to aim at incoming ships and defend the town from here.
Just have to move it a bit. Ah.
So come away with me. Let's break free. Just you and me.
I take back what I said before, that it's less hot now. It's so hot climbing up these like hills, and here comes the rain. So either we will get soaked or it will just get more humid. I'm hoping for the first. This trail was so beautiful. It was a bit more challenging than I had expected, but we made it back. The boat is there, really close. The only problem is that the dinghy is that way, not so close. So now we have to go and try find it.
It's another hot day here in Antigua. I'm working with some stuff in the cockpit because it's too hot to be downside. While race boats are sailing in and out from Falmouth Harbour, they are using the buoys into the channel, into the marina to practice starts and rounds and attacks and so on. So it's quite cool to see race boats coming in and out, hoisting sails and trying and training out their stuff.
The next day there was a race start and we climbed up the hill to a good lookout point. There were so many boats and they were running two different courses. One for race boats and one for competitive cruisers. Kind of confusing to watch the race from up here because we can't really see the starting line, and they run multiple starts for different classes. But from up here it just looked like a big mess of boats and yeah, but still pretty cool to see actually. kind of nice after 3 weeks being in non-civilization at Barbuda and at the small islands around Antigua. It's kind of nice to be in a place like this where there's a lot happening, and not only because there's a lot of boats around us, there's always something happening, kids playing around or people using their paddle boards around the boats here, but also because there's a lot of super yachts and race boats that pass us here because they're going into the marina. So we could just sit here all day and just look at boats and look at people. We have things to do to prepare for Trinidad, so we can't physically just sit here all day, but in theory it would be nice. Just left the dinghy in on our side and on the Falmouth side, and I'm walking over to English Harbour and Nelson Dockyard because we are going on a morning hike today.
We managed to come over to the other side. There was a quite funny boat taxi old man making jokes and stuff, and I became first mate of the water taxi, so I'm quite pleased. Now we're on the other side at the beach. You can see the yachts preparing for the race just over the bay, and we're heading towards the trail, so come on.
Kind of a perfect day to do something like this. Since it's a bit overcast, it's not that warm today that it was yesterday, so it feels really good.
We checked out the mermaid pools, but since it's not been that much waves the last couple of days, the pools were not filled with seawater, just a little bit. So yeah, we skipped the swimming in the super shallow mermaid pools, but you can see I pointed with my finger where they are. But it's a really beautiful place. There's a lot of fishermen fishing here. There's some reefs outside, so probably there's a lot of fish for them to get there. The hike has now continued down into the woods. So we're walking in a small forest now. We just passed by a really old graveyard from like the 18th century. Yeah, we saw a gravestone with the inscription from 1803 or something. Just lying around, gravestones, all, yeah, around. The trail is quite rocky. Is this what you call rocky road? In the trail here there's a big hole, and convenient enough. Convenient. They have this natural rope hanging from one of the trees, so it's just to swing over the hole. I think it's much stronger than Dyneema, so it will be no problem.
I don't think you can even see the
Hole.
no, the line from here.
No, I don't trust it. No. Fika. Some energy bars. Fika time. This part of the path was quite dull. It's just dry, a lot of rocks, nothing to see, very warm, and as Emmy said, oh, it never ends. Finally we can see the boats in the anchorage. It's been a long way. We didn't go with the taxi boat man this time, so we took the road back, but it was quite a long extra road back, and it's now it's really hot. Whoa.
We are sailing from Falmouth to English Harbour today to check out, simply because it's much cheaper to do so there. But it's a really good sailing, about 2 hours, and we ended up in the middle of the race. So kind of cool to see, even though we just passed the cruising charter class with the kind of crappy boats that we passed. It was fun to see, and it's fun to be so close instead of up on a hill just looking down. So yeah, hopefully it's easy to check out today, so that later this afternoon we can set sail again and sail to Guadeloupe.
There's not much waves today, and that catamaran with the asymmetric spinnaker and all that stuff is motoring. It's broad reach and perfect wind. It's around 12 knots of wind, not much waves, and a broad reach, and they have a code 0 or asymmetric spinnaker, and they're motoring. I just cannot get it. Finished. All good.
Nice. So we are checked out from Antigua and Barbuda. We've been here for 1 month now, and we absolutely love this place. A bit disappointed with the Falmouth and English Harbour. That was kind of hyped up, and it was not that special. For us it's more special with these white beaches and super blue water. That's what we like a lot more. So yeah, here, we got a little bit of both here, but now it's time to continue south, sailing to Trinidad for the haul out. And I said before that we were going to sail this afternoon, but when we got the updated forecast it looked like it will be slightly better to sail tomorrow afternoon. So we're staying here one night and then we go south. So thank you for watching this episode. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And see you next week when we sail to Trinidad. I think it will be a 2-day sail. Until then, fair winds. Bye!